Things have changed around here since February. Meet Darth Hall and the Rebel Voyager.
We're the Essary family, and we're exploring America one destination at a time.
We ended up going with a rear living fifth wheel. It has given us so much space. As you can tell, we use our kitchen a lot. We have a lot of dirty dishes. I have this whole island to work around, and we have a big, huge living area. It's been really, really nice.
This living space fits all of us very comfortably, as we can lounge out on either the sofa or the recliners, or if we need a little bit of extra space, we do have our desk slash kitchen table with 2 bar stools that we can be at. And right now in this wonderful rain with all the windows open, it is absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, it's really nice right now. To my left right here is our oldest son's bedroom. So it is a 2-bedroom plus a loft, which gives everyone their own space, except for baby, but he doesn't really need his own space right now. It is everything that we were searching for. We had such a hard time finding the layout that we wanted, but this one's been so perfect. We have a huge bathroom and shower, and we're gonna show you guys very soon what it all looks like.
The plan is to get everything done here in our hometown before we hit the road. Jeremy is wrapping up his current job and transitioning to his new job that enables us to have life on the road. We are getting everything prepared in our RV and in our lives, getting things transferred over to new addresses, and we are so excited. We are just weeks away from being full-time, and it almost seems unreal at this point.
One of the hardest things to do whenever you're getting ready to go onto the road for any length of time beyond kind of just a couple of days, or if you're going for a long trip, is to figure out what all you need, figure out where it goes and how you're going to store it. So that's kind of our plan before we hit the road and before we take a mini vacation, to kind of get our feet wet into the whole thing. And hopefully we take enough stuff, and hopefully we don't take too much stuff.
We've got a big disaster happening in here because we are taking off the swivel door off of Justin's room and putting in an accordion door. The swivel door just does not work. Whenever you open it, you can't open the fridge and the freezer. And whenever we're traveling, it sometimes gets wedged in between the 2 slides, so that's not good either. So we are switching it out. So where our home base is here in Central Texas, we have our RV and our hookups and everything completely encased in fencing for our toddler to stay safe and not worry about stray dogs or him wandering off when we're outside playing. And every time we leave, we have to take the front panels off. So that's what we are doing today, since we are leaving tomorrow.
Alright, so right now we are doing our best to try to get ready to go on our first little trip, as we're going to pack everything up, load up, hook up to the trailer, head out to another campsite, and set everything up for the first time in traveling. So I hope this really works out. We're trying to think of all the P's and Q's as far as what could be broken, what could be moved around, what could be shifted, that we really need to, kind of pick a spot for it to be in as we're traveling, or if something we need to tie down before all that happens. So I'm going to take little man with me, and we're going to go start on some projects. So excuse the mess, but this is just kind of what we're dealing with as of right now, trying to get everything finally situated to travel a little bit more. And one of the big things that we did find is inside of our closet. A closet area for 2 people, actually 3 people, whenever you put little Jasper in, who has found my iPad and decided to play with it, is because we have so many hanging clothes, the bar itself just doesn't have enough support. It's not strong enough. You can see right here where it's already come off from the wall a little bit. I'll show you a little bit of angle on there. And so, unfortunately, there's not a really good way of fixing this. I mean, we could hang something from the ceiling so we don't have to take up any kind of space, but it's still one of those things that it's just not going to look pretty to fix it, because you're going to have either a bar going from the ceiling down, or you're going to have a bar going from the bottom all the way to the floor. So we got to come up with some type of solution for this. One of the solutions, probably not the permanent solution, but definitely a for sure easy fixer. I got a quick 2x2 piece of wood, pretty simple. I did cut notches in it just so it fits inside the grooves here, so whenever we are traveling it doesn't shift. So simple thing, put it in the floor. I say simple, try to do this one-handed is not simple. Me and my wife always laugh at people whenever they try to do something one-handed while they're recording and then something horribly goes wrong and breaks. Yeah, so I just did that. So, okay. And then on the bottom, we just try to straighten it up as much as possible. Bada bing, bada boom, we're done. It does have a little bit of wiggle in it, but it doesn't go up and down, and it gives it that support. So hopefully whenever we're traveling, it doesn't fall out of the wall and all of our clothes end up all over the floor. Off to project number 2. So another issue that we have is because we changed out the table that was here with the chairs, we've actually got a bar table and a bar stool. And trying to tie those down while we're traveling is going to be an issue. So they already have little hooks inside on the floor that I plan on tying into. Little man's going to help me. But trying to figure out how we can tie these down so they don't rock back and forth, and number 1, break our window, number 2, be easy in transportation in case we need to get in here or able to do something. So I'm going to work on that, and I will hopefully show you a solution that we've come up with. So what I've come up with may not be a full solution, but we'll see how it goes, because we're trying our best not to break anything down and put anything up whenever we travel. But it looks like we're going to have to fold the table down, put the bar stools inside, use straps, strap them down, and then use my massage pad and to cushion against the wall in case this thing does slide, because it does have a little bit of slide to it, and we don't want to ruin the wall or anything here. So we'll let you know how it goes on the first trip and see if I change anything in the future. One of the special issues that we have, because we take extra propane tanks with us, is how do we strap them down? How do we transport them from one side to the other? And I'm not 100% sure how we're going to do that. So we're going to go find some straps. We're going to go find some other stuff, maybe wedges or something to put in here to try to make these so they don't jostle and wiggle around and fall over, or, you know, try to do our best with trying to transport them. As you can see, the big ones, they have straps that go around them that they're made specifically for those. So we'll see what we can come up with, and we'll let you know.
Since we got our fifth wheel 2 months ago, we have not moved from our home base here in Central Texas, but we really want to do a couple of trial runs of setting up and taking down the RV with the children, and just, you know, work out some kinks before we get on the road full time. So today we are pulling off and going about an hour down the road to a local lake, and we're gonna stay for a few days.
All right, so I think I found a solution for right now. This is probably going to be a temporary. There's probably going to be some other supports that I'm going to put in here just to make sure that these things fully don't move around on us. Our first strip will definitely give us a good sense of what we really have to work with here. But we found some crates that were around locally. We got a strap and put on the top. Now I tried the strap without the crates, and the bottles themselves the bottom part would kind of tip out, and so it didn't give me a solid surface to go on. So I put them in the crate. They fit inside these crates, and by doing that, kind of wedged them in a little bit, and then put the strap on top of them, and they hold into a pretty sturdy situation. So we're gonna roll with this on the first trip, and we will let you know if this actually works or if the RV blows up. No, I'm joking.
Right now, little man and I are going into the store. We've got to get a few things for groceries, everything that we had planned for this week and this past weekend. 4th of July weekend was all grilling out, but the rain, as you can see, in Texas has been really, really bad. And we're going to get some just in case it rains the whole time we're camping, which is a very high possibility that we can cook and eat indoors instead. And then we also have a bit of a dilemma. Where we live here in Central Texas is under flash flood warnings. And over the past few days, from San Angelo to San Antonio and Kerrville, there's been some traumatic and awful deaths and flash flooding and damage that have been done to those areas. And today it looks like we're at a high risk for that, and tomorrow where we are now currently and where we will be camping. So we've got to call the park where we're going to stay at ahead of time before we leave today and double check that it's safe for us to go and to take our kids. So a little bit of a dilemma there, hoping we don't have to cancel, but of course we always want to be safe.
So lo and behold, our first time trying to get everything up and trying to get everything packed. It hasn't rained like this in almost a week. We've had like little showers, and we were gonna come out here and try to get some things done, and a full-on thunderstorm comes in. So we might wait a little bit before we try to get the rest of the outside all packed up.